Hey there, and welcome to the Raising a Mogul Family Business Mastermind. My name is Tamara Zantel. I am your host and also your consultant. I am so excited that you said yes to you, yes to your young mogul, and yes to your family legacy. I'm looking forward to spending at least the next 12 months with you as we take this journey of building your family business, building your family empire. It is going to be amazing. So a few things I want to share with you before I jump into the purpose of this video, which is to share with you our community and talk to you a little bit about how you can get help and support and some of the things you have access to here inside of the mastermind. I want you to understand, and I want to share with you so that you can really wrap your mind around the idea of progress. The idea of one step in front of the other. I don't want you to look at this program, this mastermind, this experience as a one-stop shop to solve all your problems, because that's not what I can do, right? So yes, you have access to other coaches and consultants inside the program, and I will share that information with you about who they are and a little bit about their background. However, I don't want you to think that, if you're just now starting out, that within the next 30 days or that even the next 90 days, that you're going to be out here making a ton of money, killing it, right? We started our family business, which started with my daughter's idea, her kitchen table hobby when she was just 9 years old, called Xandra, which is a plant-based skincare brand. She started that in 2009. It wasn't until around 2013, 14, 15 did we start to pick up steam and really start to get out there, develop and implement some systems. I had to learn those systems, right? As her parent manager, as her advocate and her assistant and her mommy. It wasn't until then that we started to actually implement those systems and really start to bring in that reoccurring revenue. Now, do I think it's going to take you 10 years? No, I don't. But do I think it's going to take a while? Yes. So it's like, you've heard the analogy of like riding a bike, learning this thing, right? Normally, when you see companies coming out and killing it, right? They have been doing market research, testing the market, polling their market, putting out products and trying different things for probably years. But we don't see that part. We don't see the valley moments. We don't see them working through things. We don't see them trying and failing over and over again. We just see the success, and that's what we hone in on. So I want you to understand that this is going to be hard. This is going to be a journey like never before. There are going to be times where you will doubt yourself. There are going to be times when you're going to be like, you know what? This just is not working. I'm about to hang it up and send Tamara an email and let her know, forget it. No, no, and must know. Okay, we are in this together. You'll quickly start to feel, as you get onboarded and get acclimated into the community, you'll start to feel the accountability. You'll start to feel the family. You start to feel the pull, the push and pull from the other members, where we show up for you as long as you show up for you. Our weekly calls are more like brain bump sessions. So this is a mastermind for a reason. I recognize that every single one of you, that you bring a certain zone of genius, this area of expertise that a lot of us have no idea about, right? So I'm expecting you to show up in your power. I'm expecting you to stand firm in that power and show up and share. And it's going to be moments where you don't feel as strong. You're not going to want to show up and share, but I'm asking you to show up anyways, because I promise you that as we hot seat and navigate and discuss and brainstorm and cry and celebrate with each other, you will pull something out of every single time that we come together. And that coming together could be you and one other mastermind person. It could be me and you privately in a one-on-one session, or it can be the entire group, half the group. It doesn't matter. We are all in this together and we are all on one accord. So I want you to expect greatness, but also understand that there will be work and it will take time. So patience is going to be is a requirement of your is what I'm requiring from you as you participate and you take part and you dive deep into this mastermind experience. There's gonna be times that we meet and you're like, Tamara, we're still here. I have to do it again. What do you mean? It's not clear, that frustration, but it is all working out for your good. Please believe that, understand that, and be okay with that. Okay. So again, I want to welcome you. I want to thank you for being a part of this amazing experience. I decided to start this mastermind and create this space for parent managers, families like you and like me and like mine and like yours, because I'm filling a really critical void here. But you know what? You are filling a really critical void with your children, with your family, building a legacy brand. How dare you have the audacity to think that you can have your own? So there's no real place for families like us, for thought leaders like us that are doing it together with our kids as a family. So now there wasn't a place. So I created it. A lot of organizations or programs or experiences or coaching programs, whatever it is out there, they will support you as an adult, right? There's even some kids programming that will support your child or your mogul, but one that does them both together and supports you where you are, meets you where you are, and walks you through the process, holding your hand, and also does the same thing with your child is pretty rare. I'm just going to go out there and say we might be the only one, right? So do not take this opportunity lightly. You are making an investment to be here. I'm expecting you to show up for you every single time, okay? And if you can't show up, and some days you'll be laying flat on your face, you show up anyways. Shoot me a message on Voxer and say, today is not the day, Tamara, and allow me the opportunity to talk you through whatever you're going through. Even if I can't push you all the way through it, at least you'll know that you are not alone. All right. So hopefully you're feeling excited and you're feeling good about the decision you made. And I'm getting ready to share my screen, and we're going to talk about our mastermind community. All right, here we go. Our mastermind community is on the Heartbeat app. And I chose Heartbeat. Well, so we started with a couple other different ideas. Landed on Heartbeat. This is where we are for now. Now, if my project management software, I'm just being honest, and this is another thing you'll learn about me, always honest, always transparent. Sometimes it gets a little weird, gets a little tough. You got to figure out what's going on, but I will guide you through it. Trust me. So if my project management software does come up with a community feature, and that means I can save a couple $100 a month, then I might switch. But for right now, Heartbeat is where we are at, okay? And I'll let you know if anything changes and give you plenty of time to get acclimated. All right. So this is where this is kind of like our home base. By now, you should already have access to Voxer. That is the walkie-talkie app that we use on our cell phones. Those of you that are inside the legacy experience, which is the VIP experience here in the Family Business Mastermind, you have access to me on Voxer. That means you can Vox me all throughout the week. All business hours are yours. There's some little nuances there in regards to boundaries, because I'm really trying to do better at I'm really trying not to work all the time. Okay. So like I am working on my mental health. I am working on my personal development the same way you are. I hope you are. And I'm constantly growing, right? So giving myself space for that growth, for continuing education, so that I can continue to show up my best for you, so I can bring you new, innovative, and exciting. I need to be building space for that. So typically we are talking in a Voxer broadcast channel, right? That's where I share actually, let me stop sharing my screen. That's where I share any kind of announcements, right? We have an announcement here in Heartbeat as well. I'll show you that. But in Voxer, there's a broadcast. So anything, if I say, hey, class is canceled, or hey, get ready for this, or here's the link for this, or hey, everyone, share this, or let's talk about this, or this is your intention for the week, that will be in a broadcast channel. That means I speak to you. You will not be able to comment. However, there's also a chat channel with everyone that's in the mastermind is inside this Voxer chat, where we can talk and encourage and support. Again, that's the Voxer app on your cell phone, but there's also a desktop app depending on how you like to work, okay? So that's an opportunity for us to connect inside that Voxer chat at your convenience, right? And it's really just the members. I'm in there, but I'm not in there talking as much, because I do most of my talking to you one-on-one. So I will be in Voxer with those of you in the legacy experience, the VIP experience, talking to you daily. As long as it's office hours, you can expect me to shoot you a message back. And when I say office hours, typically I worked Monday through Thursday. I do check Voxer on Fridays. Every now and then I will check it on the weekends. It really depends on what's going on. And if I'm studying or trying to get some extra work in or planning a training or something else for you, then that means that I'm kind of like hyper focused and I have on my Ignore binoculars and earmuffs. That means I don't see no evil, hear no nothing. I am focused. Okay. So if I am in my focus mode, I will not respond until Monday. All right. So that does happen. I just want to let you know. So, but typically, if you're in the legacy plan, you can talk to me as much as you want during the week. Every now and then I will, like I said, respond on the weekend. And also, like you should, I will be taking holidays off. All right. So that's how that works. So now let's go on to Heartbeat. Okay, let's get back here. I'm going to share my screen again. All right, here we go. Hopefully you can see my screen. All right, so when you come into Heartbeat, yours is going to look just a little bit different because I'm an admin. Naturally, here's the URL. It's community.raisingamogul.com. We'll get you right here to our mastermind community. In here, you see we have the intros. This is where everyone did their intros. And if you have not done your intro, please do so. All the members have introduced themselves. You can go in and comment and cheer them on. That's really exciting. And then here's our discussion thread. This discussion thread, you'll notice there's a pinned post here and I tell you like, hey, let's talk about it. This is my pinned post, just letting you know what this space is for and how you can use this space. So this space is saying, you know, anything, a cool article that you find, shout outs to other community members, something you want us to look at, right? Any advice, any support, wins, I call, you know, valley moments, what hilltop moments, whatever they are, share them here and then we can comment, right? The other thing I do every now and then is I'll say, hey, hot seat, who needs a hot seat tonight? You know, what's going on? Or don't forget we're meeting here, or this has changed. This is what's going on. You'll see there's some community updates. There's all kinds of cool things going on here in our discussion thread. This is very similar to how you're going to use the Voxer community thread as well. Okay, but this is better because if you want to upload a document or get feedback or links, it's just easier to find things. And also Heartbeat has a search feature so that you can come back and find things. Okay. Voxer is more like, hey, everyone, help me, you know, hey, everyone, how do you feel about this? Or has anybody experienced this before? You know, so that really quick chat, I need a response rather quickly without documents, uploads, and things to refer back to later on. Okay. The other thing we have is announcements. So very similar to that Voxer broadcast channel, we have announcements. So here is where I announce cool things, updates, anything you need to know. But again, you will not necessarily have to respond or be able to respond. Sometimes you will. Looks like you can, but that's fine. But it's just announcements. So I separated the discussion from the announcements on purpose. So that way, if you're just looking for the newest news, you can go straight to announcements. But if you want to chat and you're looking to see what everyone else is talking about, you can go on to discussions. Okay, so I'm really trying to create these intentional spaces for you to move forward quickly and get what you need quickly. Okay. The other thing we have here is the accountability circle. And here's another pinned post telling you how this space will work. So this is where our accountability coach and our creative coach, Tashanta Hogan, will be guiding you through a weekly accountability exercise, okay? Every Monday, she's gonna make a weekly goals post, and we're going to ask you, we're going, dare I say, require you to post your 3 goals that you are going to hit during that week, okay? Then she's going to come back on Friday. She's going to check in with you and she's going to do a wrap-up post and ask you to comment what you were able to get done and what you weren't able to get done. And the idea is anything you didn't get done gets moved to the next week for that next Monday, if you can't get it done over the weekend, okay? So that process is rolling out here inside our accountability circle. Now, the other thing I want you to know is that this is considered a group inside Heartbeat. So when you're in there, it'll invite you to accountability circle. So if you have not joined the accountability circle group, you might be missing out on this. So make sure you have joined the accountability circle, okay? Then we have program links here, and this is where you can get your log into the portal where all the content is, and we're continuing to load, and I'm actually re-recording videos and content as the program has evolved. Here's the Nifty login. Nifty is the space where you and I have your project management board. That's where your call replays will be posted. Your one-on-one call replays will be shared, and any documents that we're working on, your strategic plan, for example, you have access to your Google Drive is in there, all of the task and action items and summaries of sessions, all of that is in your private Nifty space, okay? And then also we have the program community, which is what we're looking at now, which is housed inside of Heartbeat, okay? So that is the beginning of that's right where home is, where it says everybody, everyone has access to that. So now you'll also see a learning section. This section is not on yet. The learning section is not on because I haven't added any courses, because I've kept all the courses inside your inside here in the program portal. Okay, so that might change. Maybe if we do a masterclass or something really quick that just for members here only, I might drop it there in the learning section as well. But for right now, everything's inside your portal. Okay, now let's go on over to resources. Now, one thing I want to note is that this might look a little bit different on your cell phone than it does on desktop. That's natural with apps. They're developing the app, and I feel like the app is pretty robust. Could it be a little better? Probably, but it's still very user friendly. So if you're ever looking before you, if you need help, just ask. But I'm going to advise you, if you're on your cell phone, you can't find it, jump on a desktop, on a laptop, and see how and then use the search feature to actually find, search for what you're looking for. Okay. So inside of our resources, we have this first tab here is where we can get help. So this is the onboarding guide. If you click on all these, it walks you through pretty much everything that's over here on the side. We have the how to use Heartbeat. Here's a guide on how to use it. Here's our code of conduct and being a good person. That's basic. Don't be a jerk while in the family business mastermind or in general. We have some terminology here. How do we talk about what's happening here in Heartbeat? What's a thread? What's a chat? What do we do with a voice room? Here's some information on billing. If you need to update your billing, you click here. Let me just say a quick note about billing. We just recently switched over to a new program. We moved from a Stripe platform to bill.com. It's called Bill. So Bill is our billing platform. And you can click on this link and set up a portal, like log in and create your account inside Bill. That will allow you to go in and look at all your invoices, all your payments, track things, download things, and do everything else you need from there. Also, you have an opportunity to turn on auto pay. So if you do not want to get an invoice every week, every 2 weeks, every month, or whatever your billing cycle is, you can go ahead and turn on auto pay. So then you're automatically, the money that whatever your tuition or your fee is that you're paying here will be automatically deducted from your account without you having to pull out your credit card to make your monthly payment. Because most of us here are on a payment plan. So this is not a membership. There's one fee, whether you're in the impact program, whether you have elected for the impact experience or the legacy experience, there's two different tiers of the mastermind. So whether you're impact or legacy, there's one set price for both experience, for either experience. So if you're paying monthly, bi-weekly, or weekly, I want to be clear that you are on a payment plan. It's not a membership. It is a payment plan for the year-long experience, okay? And you can manage all of that here by clicking this link inside Bill, all right? We also have some other links. So here's some other community how-tos. Again, this is linking you to the community, to the program links. You can learn how to use the mobile app, how to edit your profile, how to use the search bar, how to join a live event. Notifications are very important. Please make sure you go through this training, read through this, and make sure you have on your mobile and your desktop notifications. This here talks to you again about voice and video rooms. Here's some keyboard shortcuts. There's all kinds of different things. And then again, this talks to you about groups. Remember, I told you that the accountability circle is a group. Okay. All right. So this video is getting a little long. So forgive me, but I do want to show you where all your replays are housed. So again, we're in resources. We go to group call replays. And as you can see, all the calls are over here with a cute little emoji. And then sometimes I'll even give you the notes. I'll give you your task and key takeaways, depending on whatever it is. This was a little longer call. This was a mindset call with our mindset coach. And then we also have the audio recording as well. Okay. So anytime I do a one-off training, so here's a time management and capacity planning training we did. Here's the document that we use, and there's the audio as well. Okay. Again, you have the video replay, and then you have the audio as well. So that's what that is going to look like. So now, when we think about support in the group, what support do you get? You also have the link to the calendar where you can download all the happenings, the dynamic calendar. So anytime I add something to the calendar or take something away or change something, you can have access to that by clicking on the Google Calendar link, which is here in the portal, and it's here in Heartbeat, and it's also in your Mastermind portal where your content and curriculum is housed. So I want you to know that we have a weekly group call every single week. There is a group call every Thursday at 6:30. If I need to change it, we adjust accordingly. Sometimes changes do happen, or I have to cancel if I'm sick or there's an emergency or something like that, right? But you also have you have a mindset call every single month, and then you have that weekly accountability as well. And then we'll soon be bringing in additional experts to support you on a monthly basis. Okay. The other thing you have access to is you have access to request a design as part of your mastermind experience. So when you go into resources, so again, we're in resources, and then you'll see it says request a design. So here's the form you have to fill out. It's all embedded here. It's important to note, when you request a design, the information you submit goes straight to our design team. I do not see it. I do not do any proofreading. I do not make sure it makes sense. So if you're confused about something and you need some support, ask me here in Heartbeat, or if you're a legacy member, send me a Vox and let's talk it through before you submit it to the design team so that they can get it right the first time. Okay. So here's what it is. So here's the guidelines. You get 1 request per month, and also 2, and we do 2 edits per request as well. Okay. And many of you, and everyone gets 1 request per month, but if you're in the legacy, sometimes the legacy tier of the program, sometimes we might be working on your brand board or a logo or something else, and I'll just go ahead and submit that on your behalf. And in that case, I do look at things, because if we're working on a plan, or you have something big coming up and we're working on a marketing strategy or something like that, I'll just go ahead, and we need to tap in, like tag in the design team. I'll just do that automatically. Okay. That's one of the benefits of being a part of the legacy experience. All right. But other than that, everyone gets the 1 request per month with the 2 edits. And sometimes if we need more edits, we'll just go ahead and do that. Okay. Let's see. All right. So this actually, I need to delete this. That's an error that shouldn't be there. All right. So there's the request form. All right. So now, so we have requested design, and then the other thing we have is get support. So again, accountability circle. This walks you through that process. Remember, we saw that right on the home screen as well as an option for accountability circle, where you could see what Deshanta was posting, and she's going to do on every Monday. There's sometimes some conversation throughout the week to encourage you, support you, and then there's that follow-up on Friday. In addition to that, you get her in your pocket as your accountability coach. She will be reaching out to you either inside Nifty or maybe a private message here in Heartbeat. Between the two of you, you will decide where you'd rather connect. A lot of times, most of her accountability coaching and support is done inside Voxer. So don't be alarmed if she slides in your Voxer DM and she's asking you about your goals and she's looking to see like, hey, did you get this done? What's happening? Okay. So she is going to connect with you if you are in the impact tier of the program every other week. Okay. You have the weekly accountability circle, and then you have a personal connection thread, chat, conversation back and forth with Tashanta every other week. If you are in the legacy tier, the VIP tier of the Family Business Mastermind, you're going to have access to the accountability circle every week. And then she is also going to be on you weekly. She's going to be talking to you every single week. So you get that extra accountability, hand-holding, and support if you're in the legacy tier, okay? So now, here's the hot seat request. So I know sometimes we get a little shy. We're like, oh, it's too much to talk about. But this is the sweet spot. This is where the magic happens. On our weekly calls, every other call, we are going to pull members on to the hot seat. Don't be afraid. It's just an opportunity for you to share your heart, your mind, your trouble, your struggle, whatever it is. And for us, it's to surround you with solutions. You get to have a few minutes to talk about 2 or 3 problems that you're looking to solve. And then we take about 10, 15 minutes per person, and we go to work on giving you our best advice and helping you solve that problem. Now, do you need to take all of the advice you receive? No, but the idea is brainstorming. It's new ideas. It's an infusion of information, ideas, support, knowledge, things that you may not have thought of. Is just the magic that happens when you're in the hot seat, okay? So if you already know, like, look, I need a hot seat, this is coming up, please fill out this form so that I can review, I can kind of be prepared to answer your question as your personal consultant, even though when you present it to the group, everyone else will have some ideas as well. And if no one fills out a form, depending on if there's a week that comes and we're having a call and the form is not, no one has filled out the form, excuse me, then I'll just call for volunteers and try to just work my magic to see, like who's just being shy, because that does happen and it might be you. All right, so expect that. Expect your opportunity. It is an opportunity, a golden opportunity to sit in the hot seat. All right. And then the other thing here we have is your mastermind consulting call with me. Again, part of this experience is I am your consultant. We will work together hand in hand to push you forward through everything that you have to go through, you have to weed through to build this legacy brand. Okay. So if you are in the impact tier of the program, we meet once per month. And if you're on the legacy tier of the program, we meet twice per month. That's every other week. Okay, so again, we're meeting weekly, everyone in our group call. If you are in the impact tier, I talk to you every week, right? We're talking together, we're chatting in Heartbeat, we're chatting in Voxer. So you are never alone, regardless of the tier. However, if you're in the legacy tier, you're talking to me almost daily. You have the 2 private calls every month, and you also have access to everything else, which is like the weekly calls and then the weekly accountability and everything else, okay? So hopefully that makes sense, the difference between the two. What you're gonna do is we will always meet here. I put the Zoom link in there. And then you're going to click this link and it is going to open up my Mastermind Consultant Call calendar and you book your session. That's it. If you want to book some sessions in advance, no problem. Just note, if you book way in advance, I might have to, if a time comes and I have to make some changes, I'll shoot you an email and say, hey, I have a conflict or traveling, this time no longer works for me, and then we'll work it out together, okay? So we might end up meeting on a day that's not set aside for my consulting calls, and that's perfectly fine because if you made an appointment, I'm committed to getting that appointment in during that week regardless, all right? So now I wanna share with you that there is a directory here of everyone here in the program. And then also, lastly, you'll see the events over here on the side, okay? This tells you all the upcoming events. Everything that's going on is here inside the event section. All you have to do is click on the button, the green button, and RSVP. Doing so means that it automatically gets added to your calendar. You'll get automatic email updates, and it's going to let you know where you need to be and when you need to be there. Okay, so that's another reason why I love this community app, because it's kind of, it offers an opportunity for a high touch experience, and the reminders and the repeats kind of touches and takes in consideration the many different ways that we learn. And also, it offers the opportunity for those of us, like all of us, that are parent managers, and we are moving really, really fast. And sometimes we just need to get our hands on that information. So having it in your email, having it on your calendar, having it here inside Heartbeat, and you have the app with the notifications, all of that makes sure that you are never alone and you're never lost. Okay. So you can see here, we have our events. Each event is going to look a little bit similar. They're all going to have different days. One of the things I did not mention for our accountability circles, that we also have our co-working sessions. Those will also be here in the event section, and they're going to be on your calendar. So we have Young Mogul Prep School. So anything else as part of the Family Business Mastermind, you have access to all Raising a Mogul programming. So all that programming is going to also, the events, I'm going to add in here into Heartbeat. So you'll have one place where everything will live, just like your Family Business Mastermind calendar. So your calendar is your home base, which you add to your Google Calendar. And here in Heartbeat, the event section will be your home base. Okay. So we have our group call, accountability, co-working, mindset master call is on the 20th this month. That's usually the third Wednesday of every month. Then we have a group call. Then we have accountability and co-working. Then we have another meetup. So that's, if you're getting the gist of this, everything you need is in here. And I really tried to make it as simple as possible to navigate. But for any reason, if you're lost or you're confused or you're like, Tamara, what is going on? Hopefully your onboarding, while sometimes a little tedious, was fruitful and worth it, right? And if you're still not really sure and you're doing that, shoot me a message, let me know, talk to Tashanta, your accountability coach, and let us know how we can better serve you. The goal here is for us to continue to optimize this experience for you, for your family, so that it is simple, it is smooth, and it is amazing. All right. So thank you so much for spending all this time with me as I walk you through our Raising a Mogul Family Business Mastermind community. Hopefully I've answered lots of questions for you. If you have more, again, feel free to Vox me, shoot me a message here on Heartbeat, maybe even put it in the discussion thread, either in Heartbeat or in Voxer, in the group chat, so that other people, maybe some other people might have a similar question or the same question. All right. So it could be, that's how we start the mastermind experience, helping each other out. All right. So I hope you all are amazing, and I hope you have an awesome rest of your day. Thank you so much again for spending this time with me. I know this video got a little bit long, but I wanted to make sure it was thorough. I wanted to make sure that you felt welcome and you feel like you know what to do next. Talk to you soon.